I was a college student. I was 22 years old. I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to accomplish in life and was basically in school just like everybody else. I was really frustrated at the time. I thought, somebody needs to tell me what to do and give me an idea of what direction I can take to be successful. Took a trip, ended up at this host family. Went downstairs, saw magnets all over the place. And I thought, what the heck? This family is like a weird family. I mean, into magnets. And but come to find out, they're really successful at doing it. And I thought, hey, I'm interested. It was network marketing. I had no clue. At the time that I saw the technologies, I saw that it made a difference in my life. I was excited, and so I was willing to learn.
The first month that I met Shawn, the big joke about Shawn was that he never went to work, but he drove this really nice car. And none of us could figure out what it was that he did. It wasn't even until we were engaged that I found out exactly what it was that he did. I guess when you are engaged to somebody, there's always one thing that you think that you can change. And for me, it was Nikken. I just felt like, it couldn't be secure, it couldn't last, and it just scared me to death. But it mostly was because I didn't know anything about it. I think that really what changed my mind about network marketing is that I educated myself. I started reading books about network marketing and talking to people about it, going to, wellness previews and things like that, and getting the information that I needed. Then I decided to join him, and that's made a big difference in our relationship and in our life. Nikken is a business that is about heart. It's not, when you go to Nikken events, you don't hear about money and you don't hear about those kinds of things. You hear about the heart of Nikken and changing people's lives and making a difference. And I think that that's what sets Nikken apart from other companies.
This was started with a philosophy in mind of making a difference. And we developed the products that made the difference.
When that's your premise, when your premise isn't to make money for just yourself, your premise is to help people, then you get a different kind of a corporation.
I think wellness is a big thing. I mean, that's one thing that really drew me close to Nikken. I thought, my parents, all the people around me, their bodies were falling apart. They were wanting solutions. And I thought the best of both worlds would be that I could do this as a business, and then I get to use this stuff since it's my business.
My health is one of the most important things in my life for me, because I realize that when my health isn't right, then my life isn't right. And the Nikken products have not only helped us to be healthier, they've helped our kids to be healthier.
Our house is a certified wellness home, so we've got all the technologies plus in our home.
Well, when Nikken introduced the concept of the wellness home, I think it really appealed to me as a woman who was trying to raise a family and trying to help them to be well and to be healthy. We can have people come through our home and they see how we live a wellness lifestyle, because that's really what it is. It's a lifestyle for us. We've got 3 great kids, Jackson, Emma, and Britta. Jackson is our only boy. He's 7 years old. We have Emma, who's 5, and Britta, who's 3.
From a husband point of view, it's really nice. You get to choose when you want to spend time with your kids, your family, your spouse. But I can talk a little bit for Stacey and say it's kind of nice for her too, because when she wants to go and do something, she just says, hey, listen, Shawn, why don't you stay home with the kids? I'm going to take off and have some time for myself.
I'm the luckiest mom ever. I don't have to take all of my kids to the grocery store with me. They can stay home with Dad. The kids are really lucky to have Shawn home with them. And, I think it's a real blessing when we go to like school programs that are in the middle of the day or whatever, and, there's no dads there. But Shawn is able to make it to all of them. If we want to take a vacation, we take a vacation. That's what we do. We don't have to plan it around, certain times or summer holidays, and we're able to serve in our church and to do the things that really are important to us.
We have the time and the money and the freedom to do whatever we want to do.
The thing that's most exciting for us right now about Nikken is now that we've hit Royal Diamond, it's become about helping other people.
It's really not about us anymore. It's about helping others be successful.
I'm really thankful for the foresight that Shawn had, to be able to make the decision to do Nikken, because I don't know if it would have been a decision that I would have made, but it's a decision that every day I'm thankful that he made. We're grateful for what Nikken has done for us in our lives and the way that it has changed our lives.
I love doing Nikken because I feel younger, and then I have more energy than ever before. My cholesterol was almost 400. Before I cannot sleep, there's no sleep at all. I would be tossed and turned and look at the ceiling. If I didn't do Nikken, I won't be able to pick up my granddaughter or my grandson right now because of my back problem and my discomforts all over.
Evelyn had a lot of problems with headaches and neck pain and stuff like that, and we had gone to numerous doctors.
He said to me, Evelyn, if you did not do something about your health, you will not enjoy your grandchildren.
She had physical therapy, massage therapy, she is on prescription drugs and medication, and nothing was working. To the point where she had to quit her business because of the stress it was putting on her life and the health problems that she was having.
I was a very busy person. I had a bridal shop and I commute 5 hours a day. I have so stress every day. I work 24/7 and I'm trying to make everybody happy, but I start forgetting myself. I was forgetting my health. So Jack, he went to the meeting.
The products is what impressed me about it, and the testimonies that people were having. It was common, everyday, normal people, and they had a wide range of different problems, and it seemed like all the products were working for somebody. And I just says, there's got to be something here. And we agreed to buy a bunch of products, even though we couldn't afford it. But we bought a bunch of products for her, and she got on them and changed her life.
I knew this product's gonna help me. But after I saw the compensation plan in Nikken, then I said, okay, Lord, this is my business. The compensation plan in this is not something like the others that I was seeing that you have to keep qualifying every month. Once you accomplish this rank, you're able to keep it. You don't have to go back and redo it again the next month. So the only way to go is higher. You're not going to get there by not helping people. That's the only way you get there, is to help people. And that is what this Nikken is all about, people helping people. I feel wonderful and blessed that I have something to offer other people. This is the biggest gift that anybody can give to someone, because you're giving someone a big chance in life. That is what's something about Nikken. You have fun. I'm able to entertain. I love to give in homes. That's part of building the business. So you're able to meet people and learn more about them, and then at the same time they learn about you. At the same time, you introduce what you have to them. I love what I'm doing. I am helping someone to feel better. Last year, I got me a car from Nikken.
Just like a big Christmas present from Nikken. I'm not the only one can get a car. Every one of you can get your own car.
To see my grandchildren now, it's just an answered prayer, you know, and such a blessing to pick them up and play with them with no headaches. I don't have to be old and gray, feeling sick and unhappy person, and always healthy and happy and love to be with people.
The business end of Nikken has definitely improved Evelyn's ability to communicate with other people. It's just given her a whole lot more excitement in her life now. It's definitely changed her in that area.
I'm able to go and help my family. Every time they need me, I'm able to go and help them. Now, if I have that shop, I'll never be able to do that.
We can go to Nikken functions together. We can go to someone's house and talk to them about Nikken, do rollouts together.
Our relationship has become stronger.
It's much better quality time spent together than it was before.
Yeah, we know where the Nikken.
Nikken is a solid company. Their history speaks for themselves, and I'm appreciative and proud to be a part of it with my wife.
Thank God for Nikken, and thank God for my husband, because he was the one that made the step. What's Nikken for me now is everything, because for every person that I talk to, I have something to offer, a hope, a solution. That's why I had the passion to do Nikken, and I love it.
Freedom is being able to do and live and choose what kind of a person you want to be. I always wanted to be a soldier. From the time I was probably 3, in fact, history is my favorite thing in the world. I was in the military right out of high school. Went to the Gulf War. I probably would have made it a career had it not been for actually seeing what a war is. And then you realize it's a little different in history books than in reality, and wanted to do something else in my life, but those lessons have impacted my life tremendously in terms of what's important and what's not. Ended up going to college, became a software engineer. My degree was information systems. To be honest with you, I wanted to make a high income and be a CEO. I mean, that was, I didn't really know anything else. I was conditioned from the time I was little to get skills, get a job, build a resume, and that was the way you make it. Before I knew it, I had a really good income, but I'm working 70 hours a week, and I can't sit in a cubicle like a dairy cow, you know, sitting there all day producing. In fact, I worked for 4 Fortune 500 companies in about 6 years, and I realized that it was an empty road, so I was already thinking I'm going to do something else. Because network marketing wasn't even on the list. Network marketing didn't even make the list of stuff I wasn't going to do, because it wasn't even on any list. I enjoy people a lot, so I was in a task-oriented career being IT, but I'm people-oriented, which was, you know, completely backwards. It's like having a dairy cow run the Preakness, you know what I mean? It just wasn't good. I had a family member show me Nikken. They gave me a video by my partner, Dennis Williams. And at the time I didn't know what it was, and I made fun of the video for quite some time. In fact, it sat on my desk for the better part of a month, because it's not that I was ignorant, it's what I knew was incorrect. I heard network marketing, magnetics, and Japanese healthcare, and I thought, gee whiz, that's why I spent 50 grand on college, so I could do those 3 things. And I watched the video, and I remember sitting there watching it to this day. I was thunderstruck because I didn't really understand how it worked. I didn't really understand what was going on, and I really didn't know how businesses could work. But here's what I heard. Here's a major international corporation that's all over the world, that's had 25 years of success at the time, or 20 years, and I don't know about it. And it is very rare that a large company with an economy of scale enters the North American marketplace basically unopposed, and I'm the first to know about it. And I really remember sitting there thinking my ship just came in. I was in the worst kind of rut. I had my bills paid, I had a roof over my head, I had money, but I was spiritually dead because I wasn't doing something I can believe in. And the biggest thing I try to tell people is, it's not the kind of security that puts a roof over your head, it's the kind of life that makes you proud. And you really have to ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? What kind of life do I want to live? What kind of husband and father do I want to be? And for me, sitting in corporate America, getting, you know, seminars on how I should think and no personal calls, and heaven forbid I take a Saturday off, working for a company that I don't own, working for people that don't care about me. Here's the bottom line. Someone's going to drive a Mercedes and live in a big house because of the work that I do and the work that other people do. It may as well be my family. And that's the bottom line. So you can't pay me $200,000 a year to build someone else's dreams, unless those dreams can also help my family have better dreams. Because what I do now for a living is invest in my people, help them live their dreams. And the more dreams there come to life, the more mine come to life. So there's something that's bigger than simply sitting in a cubicle saying, I'm the VP of such and such. Because I've seen 100 VPs end up with their houses on the market because they can't find another job.
My business is booming, and I want
truly, most people, they have a mortgage and a car payment and a house payment. Their job really puts them in indentured servitude to their bills. And what I'm trying to teach people to do is not be in indentured servitude to their own life, but learn how to control and master their own life, which will give you the freedom which I've been speaking about, which will let you call your own shots, which will, you know, stress comes about. Stress is the biggest killer because life's events are controlling you. Peace comes about when you're in control of events. And this company allows you to be in control of events, and you have to earn that. It's not net miracle marketing. You come on board and you do the right things, you do them enough, and before you know it, you begin to own your own life. At the first week, the first month, the first 6 months in your business, you take back 1%, 3%, 10% of your life. And at the end of a year or 2 years or 3 years, you know, depending on whoever you are, how fast you want to build it, basically what I tell my people is everything you do in Nikken, you're buying back your own life. And by the way, the work isn't exactly chopping lumber and digging coal out of a mine here. I mean, we're talking to people, we're letting them know Nikken is cool. Hey, I'll give you the advanced training now. Big company, not a lot of people know about it. We're worldwide, it's coming. Pretty soon everybody's going to do it, it's fun. Make a lot of money, work from home, bam, you're trained. It's not, like I said, we're not trying to insert, you know, an extra electron into an atom here. It's extremely simple in its pure sense. Most people spend most of their time trying to earn things and treasures that go away. And the biggest thing I want to do with my life is earn treasures that don't. And the treasures that don't are the ability to just be with the people you love, to do the things you want to do. The interesting thing is with Nikken, and this is such an amazing thing to me, and I never quite get over the novelty of it, is that I'm able to have the treasures that I really want, the things that are really important, but then Nikken's given me the stuff that comes along with it, the house, the car, the money. It's really strange to be able to go after pursuing the things that you can keep, i.e. the people you love in your relationships, and in the process, get the things that you can't. And that, I think, with Nikken has been so special to me, is that I actually get to sit back and say, hey, I not only get to build something that people can touch, but most importantly, I get to keep all the things that you can.
In just a few short years, I've been able to devote a period of a few hours a week to something so incredible that is for our future. And it makes me so enthusiastic to be able to tell other people you can do it too. I love iced tea. I always wanted to be a mother. That's all I ever wanted, was to have babies, since I was practically one myself. I got married young, started having children, and found that life's pretty tough. You know, it can be tough to make it, just barely paycheck to paycheck. So my husband would work 2 and 3 jobs just to make ends meet. It seemed like there just wasn't time to have fun. There wasn't the ability, and there certainly wasn't the financial freedom to have fun and really enjoy life. I started having some physical problems. I'll never forget being in the doctor's office one afternoon, and he said, as he looked at my face, and he said that it was the early stages of lupus. And I just, right then and there, something inside of me clicked, and I knew I had to learn how to be healthy on my own, because Western medicine could not make me healthy. I started really looking and researching and trying to find what healthy was, what well is, and looking into alternatives. And I also was looking for something to do from home. We homeschool, and that's just not something I will ever be able to compromise on. It's so important to me that I be the one forming and molding their character and their development. So I was looking for something that I could do to contribute to the family without compromising what I feel is really, really important. When I was introduced to Nikken, I really found the answer to everything, because I got my health back. I felt young again. I felt incredible. I saw that there are people that don't live paycheck to paycheck, that have more than their means to get by, and they can actually do things for society and humanity that makes a big impact, and that's what I wanted to be a part of. But more than that, I just loved the fact that I was given the ability to dream again. I actually have never even owned my own vehicle before Nikken was kind enough to put me on the auto program and pay for a new vehicle for me. Now I'm able to do things like take my children up to science museums to enrich their learning, and we can just take off for the beach for the day if we want to and play and goof off. We can come and go as much as we like. We're able to, you know, go to nice restaurants and just give them fun things. I can take them shopping and let them purchase, you know, nice clothes, things that will just make them feel happy, feel good. I wanted somebody that would be able to help me to lighten our chore load, to have a part-time nanny, somebody that will help grow these children in the love and care of their own home was very important to me, and we've been able to do that. When I began working with Nikken, my office was a little corner on top of a hope chest, and I worked out of some cardboard boxes with some papers and tapes and whatever was needed at that time. And now I have a whole room that was bigger than that bedroom I was in from my office. It's a big change. It's great. And one of the things that is probably means more to me than any of the monetary things is the relationships that we've been able to build through this. And I've just met such incredible quality of people that really care about others. And everybody in Nikken wants to help you reach your dreams. And think of that. Is that anything like corporate America? It feels incredible to see people changing their life in a direction that they really wanted to change. I was given an opportunity to do something within my means, within my lifestyle, to change our future. And it got me very excited about the ability to give a life to my kids that I never would have been able to otherwise, to be able to travel with them and make the world their schoolhouse instead of just our dining room table. It opened doors for me that we never imagined we would have had. Life is here for us to have and have it abundantly, not for myself, not just for my children, but for everybody to see that life is here for us to all have abundantly. Well, it's given me in a few short years an ability to change our lifestyle, given us the ability to grow in ourselves and really learn what we want out of life. But more than that, it's given us the power and the direction to get it. I've gotten a lot more out of this opportunity than I ever dreamed I ever needed. And I've learned an incredible amount about myself, grown as an individual, and been able to just really build the life of our dreams.
Hi, we are Kevin and Kari Hoff from Madison, South Dakota, and we'd like to welcome you to our home. Kevin and I met in college. We went to South Dakota State University, and we both were in the animal science field. Met him at a party, and it was love at first sight.
My grandfather farmed, and then my dad came back and farmed, and now we're farming also. It really does get into your blood, and it just drew me back and knew that this is where we wanted to raise our kids. We always say that we raise corn, soybeans, and we feed cattle, but the most important thing we raise is our two boys on this farm. And that's really what we wanted to do. And that's what Nikken helps us to do.
It all started when I was ultrasounding cattle. I started this business, and I was traveling all over the United States, and I'd be gone for weeks at a time. And that wasn't exactly what I was looking for.
The ultrasound business controlled Kari's life. So she had to go, she had to travel in order to make any money. Here, she can stay home. She can say, well, you know, I don't want to work today. I want to go into the boys' basketball game. And that freedom right there. She's calling the shots. The ultrasound was calling the shots before. And I think that's the way it is with a lot of businesses. Someone else calls the shots. You have to go to work today. You have to do this. Here, Kari's in charge of what she wants to do.
How was your day today, Pete?
And really, that's what it boils down to. That was the freedom that we were looking for.
Freedom for us would be, being around all the time, being able to choose what you wanted to do. Some financial freedom is also something we were looking for. And I think that most people would just like to live a comfortable lifestyle, be able to give to people whenever you want, to be able to travel whenever you want, and to just do what you want to do without worry, having to think about it. I sit down each week, and all of the family events and all of the kids' events come first. That goes first into my calendar and what I need to be at. And then next comes Nikken. It's really my second priority because I am wanting to make this very successful and can see that happening. So it just gives me the choice, I guess, to choose the time that I want to spend where and when.
I think that really what cemented it for a lot of people, when I was in a farm accident in 1999, and I was burnt, my face, my upper body was second and third degree burns. And the results we had from the Nikken products really just, that was, at that point, we knew that this is what we wanted to do. The results we had from the products could not sway us then, that this was the way we were going to go through. This was something we had to share with other people.
And then we just figured out that there was actually a financial opportunity along with that as well, if we were serious about telling other people.
And the people around us saw that. The doctors, the nurses in the hospital, our friends and our relatives, they all saw the results that, and then they knew that it works.
You know, most people around here in the farming community, when they retire, will build homes. And my ambition was not to wait that long. And through Nikken, it's going to allow us to have a beautiful home of our choice. Because here on the farm, most of the financial things have to go to things that make you money, which would be a combine or a tractor that costs, you know, $100,000 for one piece of equipment. And so usually there isn't any extra money for a nicer home. So I'm excited about that option. This is where we have planned to put our new home, our new Nikken wellness home, I should say. And we have the plans all thought out, exactly what we want to have. And it's going to be a kind of a ranch style, kind of Ponderosa looking home that fits in really good with this environment, and have a kind of a barn with a basketball court inside of it for the boys, and just have a lot of fun. It is the next Microsoft. If people would have known about Microsoft, you know, how many years ago, and it was a team of, I think, 10 or 12 people, you know, and they didn't look like a real attractive bunch. And would you have invested thousands of dollars with them? Probably not. But if you would have known where Microsoft was going to go, you probably would have. And that's really where Nikken is sitting right now. It's kind of the silent giant right now that's an extraordinary business, but nobody knows about it.
Nikken has literally changed our life. You know, we got involved in business in October of 1990, almost 15 years ago. When we got involved, we just coming out of bankruptcy. We had literally nothing. We were living with my parents at their home, you know, wife, 4 kids, you know, Captain Success, you know, living at mom's house. We've been around network marketing before and really didn't see anything that we thought it was any substance particularly, you know, more of the same old stuff. And when this came up, it was like, wow, you know, I had everything. You could make good money, you had a great product, had impact on people, you could have a lot of fun while you were doing it, and we have, and we did, and it's been amazing. It just literally changed our life almost overnight.
After the bankruptcy is when we had to move in with his parents and stuff like that, and then we went for about a year, and then Reid kind of hit the wall with stress. And he was down for 8 months, and so I had to actually go out and get 3 jobs, support the family.
I mean, when we first got started in this business, right before that, our kids literally slept on the floor in sleeping bags. We had nothing, literally nothing. They had cardboard boxes in the closets for dressers, and they slept on the floor. In our previous life in network marketing, we actually had attempted 3 different things, but the one we really stayed in a long, long time, we were in about 10.5 years. In our 10.5 years, our biggest payday, one time, not every month, one time was $2,000.
So when Nikken came along and being multi-level, we're like, oh no, don't want to do that again. But we did do it again, and I'm so glad we did, because it did almost change our lives overnight. Matter of fact, our first month we made $25,000. Our second month we made $50,000. So it did change overnight. It did change our lives.
Okay, so there's 8 people. That group here on the list here, who's active? Nikken's going to survive centuries simply because of the fact that they're shakers and movers in wellness. And so as technology change and things like that, they change. But you want to have, we're getting at least 6 new people every month. Overall health, as well as nutritional health, as well as all the things that sleep technologies, water, air, all the things that we do, fitness, those are all very important to longevity. And you know, they're always going to be that way. They're always going to be needed.
Well, I think Nikken is the total health company right now, and will be, because they're on the cutting edge. They're out there forward, and they're always looking for new things, and they'll find it.
Well, you know, before we get started, what I'd really like to do is just, would you mind if I share with you guys some of the reasons we got involved in Nikken? Sure. It feels really good to know you're doing something that's really worthwhile. It's not just something to make the money. I'm not giving the money back, mind you. That would be rude. That's just not going to happen. But it's one of those things, it's well beyond that. We like the money. We got in to make money. That's why we did this business to begin with. But we're far beyond that these days.
And I think
really
it's
cool.
so great when you can help others, not maybe just in your business, but in your family that are in need. I know my brother has got muscular dystrophy, and he's like 53, and he's not been able to work since he was like 23 because he shakes so bad. And he's married, and they have 2 kids, and there's nothing that he can really do except, lawn work and stuff like that. So they've lived in the same apartment for over 30 years, and it was literally falling apart. So 2 Christmases ago, we bought him a new house.
That's very cool.
Yeah, gave him the keys.
The idea. We've been in this 15 years. By the time we're gone 20,000 years from now, however long we last here, we have a lot of customers we have a lot of distributors we brought to the table, as our kids will. And as our kids do the business, they have their own customers and their own distributors, things like that. Well, when we pass on, whenever that is, our business will be theirs. And then whatever's left that we built is still there, and it lasts on and on and on. So the next generation just makes it that much bigger.
It's hard to believe where we are now. If you'd have told me 15 years ago that we've been living in a multi-million-dollar home in beautiful Westland, Oregon on 2 acres with a pool and a hot tub and all the wonderful things that we have, I would have never believed it.
And just, 15 years ago, the kids were on the floor in sleeping bags. And today, you have to pinch yourself to get up every day and you live this incredible, comfortable life. It's very humbling in a lot of ways because you wonder, do you deserve it? Yeah, you do. But doesn't everybody? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Everybody deserves to live how they want to live. And to me, that's what Nikken has done. It's afforded us to be able to live the way we want to. Mm-hmm. I always tell people we got in for 3 reasons: to make money, have fun, and help people. And that would be the ideal business, and we found it.
Basically, that's our business, is changing other people's lives. We're just like, who's next? Who wants to change?
The bottom line here really is that dream. Mm-hmm. It's about helping people see something beyond what they're capable of doing and achieving, and we can do that here. Mm-hmm.